SmarkCast, Ring of Honor style. I guess you'd call this my independent SmarkCast, even though really Ring of Honor is the second biggest company in America. This one will probably be a little shorter as NJPW doesn't have anything going on. I don't even know when their next Ustream event is. I don't even think they've announced it. I think it's Destruction and Kobe, but they have a few matches announced for that, but I'm not sure if it's going to be on Ustream, and if I don't get to see it, then there's no way I can cover it. It's a lot like Ring of Honor has like Death Before Dishonor coming up, and it's not even going to be shown unless they do it like the Summer Heat Tour where they add a compilation video on demand, which I hope they do, because there's a lot of matches in Death Before Dishonor that I want to see. But as for right now, we had Field of Honor on last Friday, and we had a Ring of Honor TV event on Saturday. So it was all good, and I have the reviews for it all, and then I will discuss Ring of Honor's upcoming next event that they got going on, which is All-Star Extravaganza. So, Field of Honor. Before I go into the prediction part, every match that was on here that was advertised, I got correct. I called it perfect. That's actually not a big thing. It's not that Ring of Honor is predictable. It's that they do what's right, which can't be said for all companies. They do what should be done. They do the logical thing. There were a couple of matches that were added last minute. Other than that, you know, it was actually a decent show. Well, not really decent. It was actually a good show. The only thing that really brought Field of Honor down was the crowd. The crowd was a little weird. It was a little rowdy. I know that Ring of Honor crowds are known to be vocal and cool, you know, but this one was different. It was held on a baseball field, and people were already drunk before the first match happened because they had a baseball game beforehand. There were fights in the stands over ticket prices. There was a lady that was just being insane and it was just, I mean, the crowd was a disaster. But at the same time, the crowd was really into some of the matches. Particularly the first match, which just could be that they weren't just completely plastered yet. So the crowd wasn't a bad crowd. It was just bad timing. I don't know if Field of Honor will happen there or if they'll do it after a baseball game ever again. But it was a good show. I wish they would have brought the videos out maybe with the crowd dulled, you know, like with the crowd noise turned down a bit where you can just hear the commentary, but that might ruin some of it. So let's get on with the review. It opened with the cage match between Jay Lethal and Matt Taven. And this match was a barn burner to start it out. This was the best way you could start out, because this was the curtain jerker that said, this is Ring of Honor. For you guys who have never seen a Ring of Honor show, this is what we bring to the table. And it was a fantastic match. I mean, the cool thing about it is that Matt Taven, everyone was cheering Jay Lethal because he's the bigger name. Everyone was cheering Jay Lethal even though he's the heel. But by the end of it, people started cheering for Matt Taven, which was really cool because he was the face. So they started getting behind him because he started showing off what he can do. In the end, Lethal won. Very, very cool match. I really hope, you know, that some of you get to see that. The next one was Briscoe and Watanabe. Apparently, I've been saying that name wrong for a while, but I tried to say it the way it's supposed to be said, and I can't. You know, like some people can't say certain words. Apparently, I can't say his name right, which sucks. But it was this was a decent match. It wasn't like one of the best matches of the night. Mark Briscoe won. It was solid for a Mark Briscoe match, and Mark Briscoe's really good in the ring. he seems to lose some of his chemistry and some of his what's the word? Some of his luster without his brother with him. He's still really good in the ring though, and he won, and it was a great one. The next one was a match that was just added last minute. For those of you who don't know, Moose was the big football player guy, was supposed to go up against R.D. Evans, and Veda Scott came out and gave Moose one more chance to join her crew, and he did, turning Moose heel and putting him with R.D. Evans to make I'm surprised to say this, a good comedy team. They work well together, and they took on Cheeseburger and Brutal Bob Evans, Brutal Burgers as they call themselves. And of course Moose won that because Moose is going to be the monster. He's going to be pushed for a while. I still don't think he's got it in the ring, but putting him with R.D. Evans was a smart move because R.D. Evans does. So this was a decent match, not one of the best on the card, but it proved its point, and Moose won it. The next one was Mike Bennett versus Rocky Romero. We all knew this match was going to be awesome. Well, maybe not awesome, but we all knew this match was going to be great because Mike Bennett is really good at what he does, especially with Maria Kanellis. And to pause it for a second, I want to say congratulations to Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis. They're going to be married soon. Really cool. Congratulations to them. But Mike Bennett beat Rocky Romero in another great match from Ring of Honor. I actually really enjoyed it. The next one was another match that was just added, which was The Decade versus 3 random students. I'm sorry, I don't know their names. I did not write them down. I probably could go online and just look at the results and find out their names, but I didn't. The Decade is kind of like, they're becoming the gateway guys. They have certain people with them right now that are kind of trying to prove themselves, and every time they try to prove themselves, it kind of backfires on them. They end up holding the ropes open or something like that for Decade, and they'll lose their match, and the Decade will just berate them and smack them around, stuff like that. And I think that's what's going on with the Decade right now. So the Decade beat these 3 students, and they're like, they pull off their heel tactics, but someone came in for a save. It was over. Wasn't the greatest match, but it was still cool to see, as this is how Ring of Honor usually introduces their up-and-coming stars. They're like, okay, these are the guys that will probably be coming in soon. Let's see what their reaction is. And it usually works. I mean, these guys, because Ring of Honor has their own NXT, if you will, except it's more of a camp. They go there and you train, and then you get on Ring of Honor. So, very cool. The next one was Silas Young versus Ciampa. Can't say his name either. This one was actually hard for me to call because both of these guys are going against Michael Elgin at Death Before Dishonor. It's going to be Silas Young on Saturday and Ciampa on Sunday, I think. Could be Friday and Saturday. But it was really hard to call. But in the end, Silas Young is kind of the guy that's being pushed right now. It's just makes more sense to put him in there, and he's really good. Both of these guys are really good, but Silas Young is, for his size, very awesome. And once again, these two put on a great match. I mean, this was stellar. Wasn't as good as the next match, but I mean, Silas Young can really put on a show. I mean, he can really move for a dude his size. Then we had Cedric Alexander versus ACH. If you remember on my prediction column, I was really kind of off about this. Or not off, but I was really kind of... I want ACH to win that. I wanted ACH to win it really bad because I'm a big fan of ACH. But Cedric Alexander is being pushed really, really hard right now. I don't know if he's going to go for the TV title because now I'm starting to think that ACH is going to be the one challenging Jay Lethal for the TV title, and I think ACH should win it to push him further. Cedric Alexander looks like he's being pushed towards the world title, and he is getting a shot at the world title, or he did get a shot at the world title. And this is another thing that Ring of Honor does, is if they want someone to go for the world title, they'll put him in there in a non-televised event. They'll put him in there in a event that they're not going to put on video on demand and see what the people's reaction is. And if it's good, they'll get another chance later on. But Cedric Alexander beat ACH, and I don't know if it beat Lethal and Taven's match, but it was pretty freaking good. These two worked really well together. There was a scary spot where ACH took a bump on the back of his neck, and that's actually where the match ended. It could have gone on longer, but he took a bump on the back of his neck and may have gotten a stinger or something like that. I haven't heard any bad news about ACH, but I'm hoping he's okay. He's really something in the ring, and I mean, I actually wanted to talk about this because this leads into something else. So it's like he took that bad bump, and it was just, it was a weird, it didn't really look that bad per se, but it was just right on the back of the neck, and he just didn't move for a while. But you know, this leads to the next thing I want to talk about, and it's that I've been a big vocal on War Machine, which is a tag team in Ring of Honor, and I've been really vocal about wanting to see them against the Briscoes, and unfortunately that's not going to happen. The Briscoes will not get a chance to face the War Machine because Rowe, one of the members of War Machine, got in a horrible motorcycle accident. He's alive, but it looks really bad. And if anyone remembers, Jay Briscoe got in a motorcycle accident and it put him out for a year. Right now, Ring of Honor is putting Hansen in singles competition. They split him, and Hansen's going on to do his thing, but Rowe is hurt. He's possibly out for a while. They haven't really released any news on it, but the way he looked, I mean, this could be the end for Rowe, which really sucks because he was amazing in the ring. He was awesome with Hansen as War Machine, and I'm hoping he's okay, because I do want to see, one of these days, I want to see the Briscoes versus War Machine. It would just be an awesome fight. So, anyway, hopefully Rowe will get better soon. But anyway, we're going to move on. Next was Red Dragon versus Kaz and Daniels. Red Dragon, of course, won this. Whoever won this went on to face the Young Bucks in a 2 out of 3 falls match. We'll get to that. And it was, I mean, Red Dragon doesn't put on bad matches. They never do. For a team that's only been together for roughly 2 years, maybe a little bit more, these guys are amazing together. They have a great chemistry. They work well off of each other. And here, the thing about Red Dragon is that they work together. They work good apart, too. Both Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly are great singles competitors. I fully expect Kyle O'Reilly to, at one point, be the world champion of Ring of Honor. Because, I mean, he's just that good. He's one of the most stellar stars. He's one of those guys that shines bright out there. And Red Dragon together, they're still tag team champions. And I expect them, whenever they do drop the title, which I don't expect to happen for a little bit. I don't think they'll drop it to the Young Bucks. Because really, well, when they do drop it, that's when they'll split up. But I don't expect them to drop it to the Young Bucks, because the Young Bucks' home is NJPW. NJPW and PWG. That's their place. They come into Ring of Honor a lot, and they do a lot of matches and stuff like that, but that's not where they call home. Red Dragon, Ring of Honor is where they call home, but they do a lot of stuff for NJPW, and they do a lot of singles competition in PWG, including both of them being in the Battle of Los Angeles. So, but home for Red Dragon is Ring of Honor, and that's not where the Bucks go. They'll be champions of NJPW for a while. But so it's going to be a great match. I'm looking forward to the 2 out of 3 falls match, but Red Dragon's going to end up winning that. So anyway, but then after that amazing Red Dragon Kaz and Daniels match, we had one of the coolest Four Corners heavyweight matches I've seen in a long time. Elgin versus Styles versus Cole versus Jay Briscoe. And this was awesome. Elgin ended up winning it because he put the Elgin bomb. He did an Elgin bomb on Cole and pinned him, which is the way it should have been, because I think in the end Elgin is going to be facing Adam Cole again. They're going to start up another feud. So I think that's the way it's going. I don't know if Adam Cole will win the title back, but looks like that's where we're headed here, which is awesome. I like that. I like that idea because Elgin and Cole put on great matches. However, this was awesome. Just spots everywhere. There was an amazing Styles and Adam Cole spot with a shot to the turnbuckle. Just if you watch any match, any 2 matches off this card, Lethal and Taven and this Four Corners match, and if you can, get Cedric and ACH in there. Amazing matches. That was just. This is where Ring of Honor excels. They put on fantastic matches that tell a story that you actually care about. Their main event scene is a little muddy right now, mainly because there's no real feuds going on. It's just Elgin. The storyline here, though, is Elgin is destroying everyone systematically. It's, I have fought this long to get to the top, and now you give me anybody, feed me anyone, and I will take them out. And that's the whole storyline here. Yeah, there's no feud right now. There's no, he's going to face this guy for 2 or 3 events. This is Elgin, and he's destroying everybody. Every event he faces someone new. He hasn't faced the same person twice, except for in like Four Corners matches and multi-man matches. But it's really going great for him, and Elgin really deserves it. He's actually been in Ring of Honor for a really long time, and this is the first time he's actually got a title. So, and he's really working it. So, and he's actually one of the most over guys now. But that was Field of Honor. It was a great show. Once again, it's very rare for Ring of Honor to put on a bad show. They'll put on okay to meh TV shows, but their events are usually killer. All right. This leads us to Saturday, which was Ring of Honor TV, and this was the episode I've been waiting on for a long, long time. This was Kevin Steen's final match in Ring of Honor, and I actually went on YouTube. I think it's YouTube. Went on YouTube and found his farewell speech, and it was fantastic. I mean, they showed some of it on the TV show, but not all of it. But it was a great moment because I'll get to it. First off, though, was my boy ACH versus Thomas, which, if people who don't know, these two were in a tag together called Adrenaline Rush. So I saw these two in the ring, and I'm like, these two know each other. These two have great chemistry. This is going to be awesome. And I was not wrong. This was actually better than Kevin Steen's final match. They stole the show here. It was very high adrenaline, very high impact, very high. Just everything was great. High flying. But the thing here is, for those of you wondering, well, ACH must be fine. This match was recorded like a month ago. So they do their TV recordings a month ahead of time. And ACH wasn't injured at the time. And I still don't know. I'm pretty sure he's fine because they would have come out with something if he was hurt. But this match was great. If you haven't seen it, if you can find it somewhere, Ring of Honor TV, check out ACH. Check out ACH beat this guy. Amazing. And then we had Kevin Steen versus Steve Corino. For those of you like, why did he face Steve Corino? Because Steve Corino was Kevin Steen's mentor. He taught Kevin Steen a lot of stuff. He was the one who kind of got him over. Corino was a big part of Kevin Steen's life, Kevin Steen's wrestling life, and now that Steen is in WWE, it works. There was some great spots in this match, including a spot with El Generico's mask. People who know Kevin Steen know the whole El Generico thing, so just watch it and you'll see it. I don't want to ruin it for people. And he ended it with a package pile driver on Corino for the pin, and that may be the last time we see a package pile driver, because WWE does not really allow pile drivers in their shows, so kind of sucks. After the match, Corino is the heel here. After the match, it looked like Corino was about to attack him, but then he hugged him. It was a really big hug, and then more people came out. We thought he was going to get attacked, but they ended up hugging him, and the streamers came flying. He gave his speech, which was a great speech. Like I teared up. It was a fantastic speech. And then Decade came out there and attacked him, and most people will be like, "Well, that's disrespectful," but really, it was beautiful, because Steen shouldn't get the last word. He's leaving. The people who are actually going to be there after Steen leaves should get the last word, and the Decade did that. And I thought it was a beautiful ending. I thought it was a great way to end the show. And Sting, I'm going to miss Steen in Ring of Honor. I'm going to really miss him, because he was a force to be reckoned with. But there was nothing left for him to accomplish in there. He's done in Ring of Honor. There's nothing more for him. And now he's going to go conquer WWE, hopefully. And with him going to WWE, Prince Devitt's in WWE, Kenta's in WWE, I mean, the WWE is starting to take notice of the independent scene. So it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing Steen in WWE. Hopefully they'll let him conquer like he did in Ring of Honor. So those are the two events at Ring of Honor. I did want to say the next event is All-Star Extravaganza. The main event is Elgin versus Jay Briscoe, which is a must-see, because Jay Briscoe is amazing on his own. And with Elgin, it'll be a straight war. And of course, Red Dragon versus Young Bucks in the 2 out of 3 falls. And just announced, I think could be a match of the night, still in the show, AJ Styles versus Adam Cole. No titles, just AJ Styles and Adam Cole. Two guys who can just straight go in the ring. Looking forward to that one. All-Star Extravaganza. That's next month, I believe. September. My birthday. So, looking forward to that one. Other than that, like I said, NJPW doesn't have anything to offer. There's been a few matches announced for their Destruction Tour, but there hasn't been anything announced for what's going to be on Ustream pay-per-view. And looking at the match cards, there's really no title matches announced for this Destruction Tour. And usually, if they do a pay-per-view, there's 1 or 2 title matches announced. So far, it looks like a bunch of 10-man tags, but that's what Destruction's all about. So we'll get into it, hopefully. And then I think October is the next tournament they're going to have, which I believe will probably lead into an Okada AJ Styles match. It's almost time for AJ Styles to drop that title back to Okada. So, because AJ Styles, his home isn't really... AJ Styles is the only wrestler right now that doesn't have a home. Right now, he can go anywhere he wants. Ring of Honor, PWG, NJPW, he can go anywhere he wants. So, he doesn't really have a home, but he is the NJPW, champ, or, he needs to drop that to Okada, though. Put it back in Okada's hands, since Okada just won Climax. So, but anyway, this has been the Ring of Honor SmarkCast. I'm Darren. If you want to reach me, it's smarkcast@gmail.com, and on Twitter @-Darren. Once again, thank you for watching.